In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the Access Guided Project 4-3. So the first step, step number one, is to open up the database start file. And that's what you see right here. This is the database start file. Step two says that the file will be automatically renamed to include your name. That is true. You only need to change the file name if instructed to do so by your instructor. Otherwise, there's nothing to do for step two. Step 3. Enable content in the security warning. If you see a yellow bar across the top portion of your screen and there's a button that says Enable Content, simply double click it and this will allow you to edit the database. And that completes step 3. Step 4. We need to right-click the Pets Without Matching Owner report and then select the layout view. So I come over here and I hover over the Pets Without Matching Owners. I right-click, then I select Layout View. And this is Layout View. And that completes step 4. Step 5. We need to change the report to a landscape orientation. So with the report layout tools area open, there should be 4 separate tabs available to you. Select the Page Setup tab and then select Landscape. And that completes step 5. Step 6 has you adjust the width of the report columns. Now please note that there are a lot of steps in number 6, so please go slow as you go through. The speed is not your friend. Just go over every point step by step. So let's start with 6A. It says select the text box in the wide Make a Great Companion column. And I'm going to go slowly and check off each item. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything or make any mistakes. Next, it says press and hold the Shift key and then select the label. The label is right here. You can see how both of those are selected. 6C, I'm going to click the F4 key to get the property sheet. And the property sheet will appear over in the right hand portion of your screen. 6D, it says enter 3.2 in the width property. Just take your time here. And there are a couple different ways to ensure that the numbers get locked in. You can hit the tab button, the enter button, you can click anywhere. It doesn't really matter. You just need to lock it in there. 6D. 6E, we're going to enter 7 in the left property. "6F", select the text box in the color column. Then I'm going to press and hold down the Shift key and select the color label. You can see both of those are selected. And now we can work with the property sheet over here. That completes step 6F. We need to enter 1.5 in the width property. "6G", 6H says enter 5.3 in the left property. And that completes 6H. Once again, I'm really taking my time here, folks, to make sure that we get it right the first time. That's important. Next, we need to set the width property of the gender column and label to 0.6. So I'm going to head over to the gender column. It's right here. And it says the column and label, so I'm going to do that same thing where I hold down the Shift key and select both the column and the label. The width 0.6, double checking it, and the left property to 4.6. And that completes 6i. We're about halfway through. 6j. We need to set the width property of the age and label column. So I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to click right where it says 3 years old. I'm going to hold down the shift key and click age, and that'll select the label. And then the width is 0.5. And the left property is 4. And that completes step 6J. Next, it says select a text box in the breed column. And then press and hold shift. Click the breed label. That's 6K. 6L. We need to enter 1.3. In the width. 6M. 2.5 in the left property. Next, and be careful on this one, this is 6N. It says click a text box in the breed column. So just a text box only, not the label. Just the text box, that's important here. That completes 6N. 6O. We're going to enter 0.5 in the height. Next, 6P, it says set the width property of the type column and label to 0.7. So there's a type column. So this is where we're going to click in the column itself, hold down the shift button, select type, select the label. Next, the width has to be 0.7. And I'm pressing tab on these, but you could hit enter or click anywhere else and it would lock that number into place. And we need to set the left property to 1.7. We're almost there, folks. Hang in there. You got this. On 6Q, we're going to set the width property of the pet column and label. The pet name. So I'm going to select in the column and then hold down the shift button and then select the pet name label because that's what it's asking for. The width has to be 0.8. And the left property should be 0.8. And doing a quick scan, comparing it to figure 4-136. Looks pretty similar, so I feel pretty confident that we did this correctly, but we'll certainly find out when we go through the grading process. The very last step, 6R, says to save the report. So I'm going to click on the diskette button in the upper left-hand portion of the screen and save this. And this completes step 6. Step 7. We're going to edit the header and the footer sections. 7A. Click the text box containing the date. It's up here. And over on the right hand side, the property sheet. Once again, I'm going slowly and checking off each item as I complete it. I'm going to enter 7.4 inches, but just enter 7.4 in the left property. I just hit tab to lock it into place, but enter works just as good. Then it says we're talking 7C. Click to select the title label. That's this, pets without matching owners. I just give it a double click. Puts it in edit mode, and then I need to change that label to pets available for adoption. And I like that. I like that pets are available for adoption. It's a great idea. I'm going to click anywhere outside to lock that into place. Check my spelling, make sure it's right. You don't want to be dinged because of a misspelling here. That's an easy mistake to make there. That completes 7E. Next, we need to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Then we simply click the page number text box and we enter 9. It's 9 inches, but we just enter 9 in the left property. Highlight that, enter 9, lock it in place. Lastly, 7H, we're going to hit F4 and close the property sheet. And that completes step 7. Step 8, we're going to add grouping and sorting to the report. So step 8A says click the group and sort button. We need to be on the report layout tools design tab. Report layout tools design tab, make sure that's on there. And then we need to be in the grouping and totals group. So let's make sure we get there. It's on the design tab there. And next we need to click the group and sort button over here. It's not over here. Some people think it's over here, but it's over here on the left hand side. And you should see a new pane open up at the bottom. That's 8A. 8B, we need to click on add a group down here. Once again, I'm checking off each item as I go through to make sure I get it right, so I take my time. Select the type field. That's 8C. 8D. Add a sort right here. We need to select ID. It's the top one. Next, we need to click More. It's right here. And then next, we need to select Do Not Keep the Group Together on one page. Right here, there's a drop down next to that. And we need to select Keep Header and First Record Together on one page. Going very slowly to make sure that I get this right. Now, we need to close the group sort and total pane. But you have to be very, very careful here. Just everyone take a breath. Do not hit the X over here in this yellow bar. That'll just delete everything that we've done. We need to X out right over here. Excellent. That's 8H. Next, we need to scroll to the top of the report. I'm using my mouse scroll to use it, but you could use the slider on the right hand side to get to the top. And then it's saying the first record should be Martin over here. And then the word cat appears in the type column up there. And if it does, it means you've done the previous steps correctly. Most likely. I hope you did. And that's step 8I. And that completes step 8. Step 9. We're going to add conditional formatting to the report. So we need to click any cell in the gender column. Next, we need to click on the conditional formatting button, and that's up here. Need to click formatting. Make sure you're on the report layout tools option, and I am checking off each item as I complete them. And we should have this new dialog box right here. 9C, we need to click New Rule. Next, we need to select the check values in the current report. Now we need to make sure on the video here you can see that it's already selected. So if it's selected, there's nothing to do here. If it's not, make sure it is selected. That's 9D. 9E, we need to select equal to as the comparison. That's 9E. In the value box, we're going to type capital letter M. Next, we're going to select bold. It's the big B. Then dark blue. Should be right up here. Hover over it. It'll tell you exactly what it is. Dark blue. Don't check any of the variations. Just make sure you check that one. Click OK. Apply. OK. And then save the report. I'm clicking the upper left save button. And that completes step 9. Step 10. We need to add the totals to the report to count how many of each type of the pet is available. So select any text box in the pet ID column. Now please be careful, do not select the pet name, but make sure you select any text. I'm going to click on the number 6, but it could be anyone, but I'm going to click on number 6. And that completes step 10A. 10B, we need to click totals. So make sure we're on the report layout tab there. We need to be on the design tab inside that. Next, we click the totals button. And one of the choices is count records. I will select that. You can see that the report updates. That's 10C. And everything looks good. And then to finish out step 10, I am going to do 10D, save the report. Click on the disk button in the upper left hand portion of the screen, and that completes step 10. Okay folks, we're getting near the end. Let's finish this up with the last several steps. Step 11, preview the report. So let's select the view button. Once again, I'm checking each item off as I complete it. And then we need to select the print preview. And that completes step 11A, and it should look similar to what you see in 4-139. Should be similar. Then we need to click one page. You can see what it looks like on one page. And step 11C, we can use the navigation buttons. They're down here. They might be a little bit small on your screen, but we can roll through the different pages to see how everything looks. 11D, close print preview. That completes step 11. And then step 12, we need to close the report. It's the little X button over on the right. Do not close out of the database, just close the report. And that completes step 12. Step 13, we're going to create a split form. So we need to select the owner's table. I've selected the owner's table. Once again, clicking or checking off each step as I complete it. We need to select the More Forms button, so we need to head up to the Create tab. In the Forms group, More Forms, and then one of the choices is Split Form. And it should look similar to figure 4-140. I'm just double checking. It may look slightly different on your screen depending on the device or computer you're using, but it should look similar. Then I'm going to save the form. This is 13C. And I'm just going to use the suggested name. That's fine. (13D). Click the View button, Form View. We can move among the records if we like. Down here, this is 13E. Can toggle back and forth, see what's going on. And then lastly, we can close the form. This is 13F. And that completes step 13. Step 14 has us close the database. Step 15 will have you upload and save your project. And then step 16 will have you submit it in the SimNet for grading. Best of luck, folks.